Hello, welcome or welcome back. In today's Jiu-Jitsu rolling commentary, I am over at Brazilian Top Team Boston. This is one of the first Jiu-Jitsu academies in the Boston area. So let's just get right down into it. Look at this. The first thing for any type of takedown is, of course, wrist grips. Now, he goes in for a knee tap. I try to get my grip back to go for this Uchimata. And here's the Uchimata tip. Do you see how he still has his left hand post? If I had that grip, I wouldn't be the one going down face first. And when I replay this, it was really great how the hand that was back of his head, how he removed that. So, and look at this top foot control right on the toe knuckle line. I've noticed that's an improvement from having straight up ankle control, is to grab kind of like the toe knuckle line of the foot. And of course, hip escaping. It's crazy how as you get more advanced, like just the simple movements that you learned on day one are the most crucial. I mean, it shouldn't be called, I mean, it's called basic, but it's really just the foundational movements. So here, look at this far side Kimura grip. And all of my attention is on that Kimura grip right now. I'm like, damn this Kimura grip, and look at what he does. Do you know what I'm not thinking about right now? I'm not thinking about my near side hand. I'm not thinking about my left hand. So that's why this move is so sneaky. Like any high level jiu-jitsu, you start to play around with this trickery of making them think A, but you're really after B. And then this is a cool choke. It's like an RNC grip, but from the side. So we're going back into frame here. At the end, I'm going to show you, I'm going to repeat this roll at the end with some classical music, and it's actually quite hilarious. Now look at this. Do you see how I am centering my knees while inside his guard? He was trying to underhook my leg right here, and that sets up a whole pendulum attack series. And this sweep that he's about to do, I had never seen before. So this is really cool because it's from a half guard safety position, which is a common position that you'll find people try to do to you when you're on the bottom of half guard. So he basically shoots his hand through, and when he grabs my head, he puts it towards his torso. That way I can't post on it, and then he bridges. This was such a great sweep. So this is definitely a sneaky move that you can add to your game. Now here, I am about to set up a helicopter armbar. So I grab his sleeve, I grab his collar, I go to elevate his hips, and look at what he does. He does a handstand, and do you know how this works? Like, I need the leverage on his hips. I need weight against my feet, weight from his hips. He takes back the control by taking flight on his own instead of letting me have the control of taking his hips in flight, which is such a great life lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, when life's about to, you know, put you in a helicopter armbar, you just gotta say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna jump first. You don't own me. I do what I want. So this is another sneaky move. If you ever have butterfly hooks in, they call this a sticky hook because it sticks to the opponent's legs, whereby it makes it harder to clear the hooks. So this is just one of those like little small details that's like so great. Here's an X guard to back take. This has been done on me so many times. I know exactly where he's gonna go. That's why I decided to post my hand here in order to block his transition to get to my back. And from here, I have his arm, and do you see where my left leg is? I know if I can get my left leg under his head, and if I can close my guard, I have a leg, I have a head and an arm in my guard, which is a triangle. So think about this anytime you're in a roll and you see it, try to see it when it's in a roll live, how you can get a head and an arm between your legs. And here he defends it by sticking his knee in. That way, once you have a knee in, and you know what, the knee in, I see it repeatedly over and over and over again, just getting that knee in is a great way to escape side control, and it's also a great way to prevent a triangle. Like, that's how I was unable to get my my triangle locked. Now here I'm on the top of half guard. I'm doing a pressure pass. And do you see how he gets a rear naked choke grip on this arm and then gets it around, it's around my head and arm right now, and then he starts penduluming his legs back and forth. And this type of pendulum movement with his legs, do you see? And you see how it doesn't work the first time? And he does it again the second time. This is a great north-south escape. Typically when I get people north-south, I can set up things like arm bars, and it's quite easy. But because he had this head and arm control, see how he changed his grip to like both of his arms? So if they're bigger than you and this is all you can get, that's fine. If they're smaller than you, if you can lock it up, that's fine. But he captured my head and arm, pendulumed his legs, and was able to switch the position to come out basically on the top side of a turtle, which if you're in a turtle position or a front headlock position and you're on top, your head's higher, you've won that battle. So basically he went from the bottom of north-south to a dominant front headlock position, which is, now I'll take that. Fido agrees. All right, now we're gonna go up for round 2, and there is even more sneaky moves. Like, we started rolling even before I started filming, and once I like felt some of Ed's jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh no, let me get out the camera, because I want to know I need to see I need to roll back the tape. So here he's going for a single, but I have head and arm control, and I'm sprawling my legs back. Anytime somebody's trying to go for your legs, you know, it's a good idea to get them out of reach. Here I get my knee in, and I go for this back crucifix. And I capture his arm. He tried to escape, but I caught him just in time, and now I'm going for a one-armed rear naked choke from back crucifix. And this is a legit move. Like, I just kind of figured this out, I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago. But look at what you can do here. You can go from back crucifix to mount crucifix, which I personally prefer better to have mount crucifix. And here I'm going for an Americana from mounted crucifix. And he is doing a great job of defending by walking his legs up to capture mine. So I transition. Right now I have his head and arm in my legs, which is a triangle setup. So from any orientation, you can get a triangle if you think, I need to get my legs wrapped around their head and arm from anywhere. So you can do like a side triangle, you have your back control triangle, which I personally am in love with right now. I think it's the best position ever to have a triangle and use that as back control, like a back triangle. See? All right, so look at this. We're gonna see this move repeat. Look at this, look at this. So he's basically doing the same sweep principle here, except getting a grip on my gi skirt instead of using that Nogi version that we saw previously, where he basically, you know, did a rear RNC grip on my arm. Here I'm again going for a triangle. And look how he steps over my head. Him stepping over my head is what blocked me from being able to change the angle to counter his triangle escape. So stepping over the head is definitely a nice little sneaky move if you want to escape a triangle. It adds another layer of protection so they can't counter your escape by stepping over, you know, just, you know what I'm saying. All right, here's a nice little ankle lock. So here I have the underhook. And he's stepping in here to go for that knee tap as I'm going for an uchimata. And here I go to basically like a front headlock position, and from there I'm trying to get his head and arm, because triangles are everywhere, I'm telling you. And one great way to defend against leg attacks is to prevent them from happening in the first place. Prevention in jiu-jitsu is always the best medicine. So anytime somebody's trying to go for my legs and attack them, the first step that I do, especially during transition, is to figure for them. Because a lot of times, you know, you're going to be in a transition and they're going to come up with a leg and try to knee bar you. But if you feel like your legs are ever in danger triangling them, it's great. And that, look at this transition to mount. I mean, but I don't stay there for long. This was a great escape. This is a great bridge and roll. And now he has my arm pinned. And let me give you some advice for jiu-jitsu. How I react to bad situations in jiu-jitsu is by attacking. So when you attack them, you give them something to think about. So instead of being like, oh no, my arm is stuck, like thinking, oh, my arm is stuck, but I'm going to use my unstuck arm to choke you with your collar. That way you have the choice of addressing the choke and potentially letting go of my arm, or just letting yourself get choked. So think about that when somebody is, you know, attacking you. Like, what are some openings that they're giving you while they're attacking you? Because even if it's not really there, when somebody feels that you're not on the defensive end, that you're then attacking, they have to think about that. And that definitely affects, you know, the confidence level. If you're attacking somebody and they're, you know, balled up and not defending, that's one vibe. And if you're attacking somebody and they just start choking you, you're gonna have to address it. Like life lessons. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I did something a little artistic with the repeat of this video. So you're gonna see, you know, watch it again and you're gonna see, like, see if you can, I always see more things, like the more, when I spend time editing like these videos, the things that I see, it's crazy what stands out. So yeah, so enjoy this next segment. So great to see you. Keep on training. And until next time, bye.